Alright, boss rush time! Just gonna grab my refills here. I have an M-tank that I can use if I need it, but I don't generally need the M-tank. I'm fairly conservative with my special weapon energy most of the time. And I mean, to be fair, I can be because I can shoot in diagonal directions, and that's, again, a huge, huge plus. Like, for the record, if they do bring Forte back in 11, he better be able to shoot in all directions. Unfortunately, in this game at least, he can't double jump like he could in Megaman and Base. But I still think I think double jumping would kind of break the game a little too much, so I'm really honestly okay with that. That's not the right weapon. There we go. This works better when you actually hit him. It's actually easier to dodge his attacks if you stay farther away from him, because there's more space between the blades. I was starting to get the feel for it. You're not Solar Man. For what it's worth, I did beat Megaman in Base once, and I've never beaten it a second time. I beat it with Base, and I don't think I ever even tried to beat it with Mega Man, because I was like, screw that. It was one of those games I played it as Base first, and then I was like, there's no way I'm getting through this without a double jump, so let's just not bother. That game is way too stupid hard. Don't do that either. Really? Oh, this is where he starts to be a pain in the butt. The more time he spends on the walls, the less time you have to actually hit him, unfortunately. He's being a real punk about it this time. Almost there, though. Sometimes you can kind of reset his pattern if you keep dropping spikes on his face. Sometimes. Doesn't always work. Stop jumping over my attacks, damn it. Ow. Ow again. Please. Please. Let's not do this. Let's not get beat up by Strike Man, of all people. Oh yeah, you wanna... So, what I was saying earlier about Thunderwolf. If you want to know why Thunderwolf sucks, it's the slowest moving weapon in the game. And if that cloud hits anything, then congratulations, you just wasted your ammo. Because the cloud does nothing. Yeah, that's Thunderbolt. Ow. Nope, 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 nope. Oh man, stop it. I'm not dealing with this. The final boss is not that hard, I don't need 5E tanks for it. I'm gonna cheese the final boss a little bit anyway. Or the Wily machine anyway. I'm gonna cheese a bit. That was a terrible Bumpman fight. We're just gonna move on and pretend that didn't happen. Let's just stand here and shoot each other in the face until one of us eventually dies. I do like that his little sparky noise kind of sounds like a sheep bleating. Sheep! I didn't even try to dodge that. Bye-bye, sheep. I think Solar Man's the only one I haven't taken on. Nice. Alright, so, onward to Wily himself. So, first form's a little tough. I want to say its weakness is Solar Blaze? But I honestly just, use, my standard weapon. Because if I don't make a huge mess of it, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. So this is Wily Machine 1, his weakness is Solar Blaze, but I'm just gonna use the regular Buster. And pretend that I remember how to fight him. It's actually kind of helpful when he shoots the slower missiles instead of just constantly shooting the short, fast ones, but when has Wily ever been helpful? That's better. Now I got the rhythm of it a bit. Sort of. Not gonna take chances. So, this form's weakness is technically Water Shield, but I don't need it. Because I can do this. So I took a hit because he managed to trap me in his cage, whatever. This is probably my favorite boss fight in almost any Mega Man game because I can just stand here and fire straight up. And just destroy his life in like 2 rounds. It's my favorite thing. And of course Wily flees in his saucer, so we have to go chase him down. All the way up. All the way up. I did say all the way up. I like that part. It's one of those really stupid gags, but it makes me laugh. And we're in space now, so we have space physics, and everything is upside down. Except for us. I'm not actually sure why everything's upside down, come to think of it. But, you know. We're upside down. Water Shield's pretty decent for getting through these, little drill sections. That's actually not an M tank, that's a W tank, which I don't really need. The space thing is kind of fun. I kind of like that X8 and 10 both have space themes going on. One thing that actually was really cool when I played through the second Gunvolt game, this actually is an M-Tank, so I'm going to go ahead and use mine now just for the sake of it. One thing that was actually really cool in Gunvolt 2 is one of the locations you visit, at least as Cope, and I don't remember if you visited as Gunvolt as well, is, the orbital elevator. And it actually, like, it's not even, like, an implied, like, at the orbital elevator. You literally visit the orbital elevator, and they call it a place where angels fear to tread. And I thought that was a super, super fun throwback to X8. Made me smile. So there's 2 Wileys. One of them is fake. Don't shoot that one. It's fairly obvious which one the fake is, so, you know. His weakness is technically Chill Spike. But, again, I can shoot in all directions. Not gonna bother. This fight isn't super hard. That was a nice dodge. If you shoot the fake one, it just shoots back at you. I'm not doing a very good job of dodging these things, but at this point it's like I've got like 5 E-tanks. I'm not that concerned. Oops. I should be concerned though and actually use one. Okay, so I only had 4 E-tanks. Yeehaw. Whee! I like that they made the final battle have the space physics. It throws a little mix twist into it. It's fun. You just never give up with your half-brain plans for world domination. Something wrong with you? Oh, you've got a fever. How'd you end up catching Roboenza? I'm not sure if he's being sarcastic or if he's just being an idiot. Don't be ridiculous. Well, see you around. He just leaves him there. That's my favorite thing. It's like, oh, you're sick. Okay, bye. Just fucks off and leaves him sitting there in his fortress in space. Assumedly, Rock and Proto Man brought in Rock and Proto Man's story, they bring Dr. Wily to the hospital, and apparently Dr. Wily makes a bunch of medicine for no apparent reason and then leaves. It's implied, I guess, that Rock and Proto Man still brought him to the hospital in Forte's story, but I think that's the funniest way to end, is just like, well, bye. And that was Mega Man 10. It's definitely not a perfect game. It's got some polish issues, especially with the character balance, but I don't know why. I enjoy it. And honestly, in the end, that's all that matters, is a game doesn't have to be perfect to be enjoyable. It doesn't even have to be enjoyable to everyone to be enjoyable. Because I know a lot of people prefer 9 to this game, but at least with my skill level at the Classic Series, I find 9 to be just a little bit too hard. And the difficulty balance for this one, at least playing as Forte specifically, I thought the difficulty balance was really good. And at this point, like, I'm used to the way that he plays and the way that the game works to where I can beat it pretty consistently. I still like Nitro Man's sprite. He's cute. Sprite. I can say words. I hope we get some good Robot Masters in 11, too. But no, in all reality, this was mostly just, I just wanted to kind of play this in celebration of Mega Man 11 being announced, that we're getting a new Mega Man game, a new actual Mega Man game for the first time in 7 years. It'll be 8 years by the time it actually comes out. Because, I mean, a new Mega Man game, too, that's not just Mega Man Legacy Collection, again, not just Mega Man 1 through 6 released on yet another new console, with no actual updates. And it's actually really nice that they're finally doing an updated Legacy Collection, quote-unquote, for the X series, too. Considering that the most recent X series collection came out on the PS2. So it's way, way outdated. It's all kinds of outdated. So I'm honestly really excited that they're doing an updated X collection. I hope it starts to bring some new fans and new interest into the series and kind of gets the series the revival it really needs at this point. Because I think that is really what it needs, is it needs a revival, it needs something, it needs kind of a fresh start, some fresh fans, even some fresh developers at this point. But just from seeing like the commentary and even the talk about the story and what the devs think of the story of Mega Man, it sounds like they've all got a lot of passion behind it. And I think that's the most important thing when you're making, one of the most important things certainly when you're making video games, is to have passion for what you're making. Because that means you'll care about the product that you're putting out. I think that's true of a lot of things, whether you're making video content or making video games or if you're a chef in a restaurant, just passion is such an important thing to have when you're producing something. But at this point I'm also just rambling through the credits, because we're just flying through space and I don't know what else to talk about as we're flying through space. But I mean, I appreciated 9 and 10 being kind of the love letter to the classic series, being the nostalgia bait. I appreciated the 8-bit graphics and whatnot, but I'm really, really glad that, and I think that'll also help too, putting Mega Man into that modern look and giving it a more modern feel will help attract new fans to the series. Because as important as great as nostalgia is, getting new people into it is really good too. So I really think that it'll help bring in some fresh interest. Especially if it's well marketed too, which I hope it will be. Please make Forte a playable character. I don't care if I have to unlock him. Please make him playable. He's my favorite. Please, Capcom. I can dream. Somehow we made it back down from space. At least I have to assume we did. 5550, not bad. So yeah, that was Mega Man 10. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me ramble about my excitement for Mega Man 11. I hope some of you are as excited for Mega Man 11 as I am. But, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.